Okay, here's something for you to bear in mind. Say you've got a function here, f of x equals this thing here, and well, if this is f of x here, if this is f of x here, this here is the inverse of f of x. So if you were to say this, looking at this here, y equals 1 over this here, find the inverse. So make x a subject. So take the reciprocal of both sides. That would be this, x minus 2, and then add 2 to both sides. So this will be plus 2. So here, that's why the inverse function is this. Okay. Well, anyway, let's say you've got a function f of x is this. This here is the inverse. Now, looking at this here, if you put the number 5 into this machine here, it will spit out a third. If you put in negative 3 into the machine here, it will spit out negative a fifth. Now, you see, this here is like this here is your domain. So you would put in anything into this machine, and it will spit out something over here, and this here is your range. Okay, so this here is your range. This here is your domain. Okay. Now, if you see, the number 2 is not in your domain, because if you try and put 2 into this machine here, it will break down, because this bit here will equal 0. You see, anything in the domain here, anything in this domain here, it will spit out some sort of number, and then you will get a whole set of numbers over here. And then this, what's inside here is called, well, in a way, is a range. Okay. Now, when you come to look at the inverse function, it's you see, the domain for the inverse function is basically the range. You see, what you can put into this machine is basically the range of the original function. And what you looking at this here, because 2 is not in the domain of the original function. You can never put a number into here where where the inverse can spit out a number 2. It just can't do it, because you didn't actually put the number 2 into the machine in the first place. So when you come to work backwards, how would you create the number 2? My point is that because the number 2 here is not in the domain, when you come to work backwards, the inverse will never spit out the number 2, because if you think about it, here you're putting numbers within the domain into here, and what's out here would be in your range. So the domain for your inverse would be, in effect, will be the range of the old function. And just bear in mind that because the number 2, because you never put the number 2 in the machine in the first place, there is no number over here where you put it into the machine and it will spit out the number 2. It's just not possible, because originally you didn't put the number 2 in the machine in the first place. Just bear that in mind. Okay.